let me record the meeting for the sake of the people who may not be with us. We might be able to share with them about goal setting. So we are on a mission of making the world a healthier and a happier place. And so today we are going to start with our planning. And there we go with our planning. Planning is the process of making plans for something, you know. You have to plan. And planning is not done in the mind. It is first done using a paper and a pen. Okay, it begins in the mind first. That idea of, I would want to be a manager. I want to be a senior manager. I want to be called a director. I want to go to the world team. It begins in the mind. From the mind now, you take a piece of paper. You take your diary. Hopefully that we are using diaries even in this COVID season. Go to the month of September and open that month. I'm with my diary here with me. You open the month of September and you start now putting the goals in place. You have to think about also the activities that need to happen in the desired goal that you want to achieve. And today we'll be looking at those activities. Then you also have to look at the activities that give you more results. Many times we might be busy bees all over, running up and down, but we're actually not putting our mind on activities that give results, you know. The other day when we were being taught by Pascal Olo, he said we need to focus on IPA, income something activities, income producing activities, IPA. So that is something we need to focus on. You need to create a plan and you maintain it. And so planning beforehand means what is supposed to be done, when is it supposed to be done, how is it supposed to be done. So what is supposed to be done? You plan to become a manager. You plan to become a senior manager. You plan to become a qualified director. That's what needs to be done by the people on this call. Some people will be thinking world team, others other steps. When is it to be done? The planning needs to be done now, so that we split the activities over the week, over the month, and we are able to work on them step by step. We are normally told as much as an elephant is big, the only way you can eat an elephant, if it's there, is cutting it bit by bit. Pieces by pieces, an elephant can be eaten, no matter how big it is. So we have to start now. How is it to be done? We are going to show you the how, okay? Today, actually, the process is how. How are we going to do it? So, as I said, it is true, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That is a statement you need to put in your diary so that you remember. Whenever you look at your goals, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And so we continue going and we go straight away to goal setting. Goal setting, this is an idea of what you want to achieve, a desired result in the near future. The future of a few minutes from now, a few days from now. What is it that you want to achieve? You know, you must plan and commit, you know. It's a commitment to who? Not to your upline. It's a commitment to yourself. Because when we come into Neo Life, we are all CEOs of our business. And many times, if we were to be sat down and asked, what are the qualities of a CEO? If you had a company and you're looking for a CEO, what would you look for? Someone who is time conscious, someone who has time management skills, somebody who has people skills, somebody who has high discipline, somebody who is innovative, somebody who has resilience. So even as you come into this opportunity, you need to know you are the CEO of your business. And that is, it's exciting to know that you can become a CEO of your business. Very, very exciting indeed. So that's one of the things that we need to know. Then the other thing is that you need to know that goals are specific. They are quantifiable. You can quantify the goals that you're setting, and you must fix a time frame. In our case, for the month of September, It's important to know that the month started on Friday. That's when you were told, on to your marks, get set, go. When we start a month in Neolife, we all start at zero, all of us. The work that was done the past month was paid out. And people have actually, like me, I got an alert into my phone that money has gotten into my co-op bank account. And I was very excited when I looked at the figure, you know. So you need to know that that was done, finished. Now we started on Friday. And so this is the best time to actually make sure you set your goals and you keep running for them. And then you get an accountability partner. Who is your accountability partner? It could be a friend in the business who has the same mindset with you. It could be your upline, or you could be running with your success line. There's nothing wrong with that. You account to each other. What are you doing? How far are you? I'm feeling low. What do you think I need to do? And then that will push you to go. So goals are supposed to be specific, SMART. You know that acronym SMART. It should be specific. Becoming a manager is very specific. Because for you to be a manager, you need to do 250-point fast track. The fast track way of going manager is 250, where you do those 250 little by little, or you do it as a single order, and then you push the product slowly. Especially the people who are in the village. The people who are far. Okay, we'll be handling the challenges as we go by. So the people who are far, you can decide, I have some little money in the bank. What is it doing in the bank? And the bank is making profit from it. When you yourself, they're actually making money from your profit, and you yourself, you may not be making that money. So what we tell people is you have high discipline, where you have some stock with yourself, especially if you are far from Nairobi, and you give yourself a time frame for that stock to go and you get more. So you look at the fast moving products and you have them. If you're in Nairobi, you can move around with a few products, especially when you're going to meet people here and there. Have a product. If they ask, so now, ninini uko nayo, you can show them an omega-3, you can show them a TNN, whatever it is, or even something that moves fast, a multimineral and alfalfa. Multimineral has zinc. People are looking for zinc. So you would tell them hatuna zinc. Tawambi, I have multimineral and it has zinc. You can see here, it has other minerals. So you find that you're able to move business better if you do that. The other thing is once it is, the other way to become a manager is 500 with your team. You're able to pull your team together, do 500 points, where you must always make sure, in this case, your 100 points are done by you. The rest can be pulled by the team. So that's how you become a manager. That's very specific. How do you become a senior manager? Very specific. For the first time, if you are not yet a senior manager, is to do 500 single, the fast track, where you do the 500 points slowly by slowly towards the end of the month. By the way, our month end will be maybe the 2nd or 3rd of October. So you need to work around up to those dates. So you do your 500 bit by bit, or you actually do 1,000 with your team, especially the people who are already senior managers, and they did, maybe even you did 500 with team and you became a senior manager. Now it's time to actually build it to 1,000 plus with team, where your minimum should be 100 points. But if you are running for the fast track director incentive, please make sure that your personal PVs always remain at 250. In fact, I would encourage everybody on this call to make sure that your personal PVs are always at 250. We can be able to do that if we break those goals into weekly goals. So we are specific there. So you do 500 fast track if you are new, or if you are older in the business, you can do it 1,000. Whichever way that comes by the end of the month. Then the other one is must be measurable. We've just seen how we measure our steps. You know, for someone to go director, it's measured by doing 4,000 points and other variables that the company has given. must be achievable, please, and realistic. Don't set a goal of saying, now you've just joined, you say, I'm becoming a director this month. Well, it can happen, but for many people, it may not be achievable because it's too stretched up. So that is why we are given steps to grow by, because every growth needs steps. Even when you're going up the stairs, you can't fly up. You take one stair at a time, one stair at a time. Unless, of course, you are taking the lift. But even that lift does not go up immediately. It goes one level into another. Then it is time bound. In our case, we have a month to go. We have 4 weeks to work. So that's how we are going to split the 4 weeks, okay? The other thing is the core products. Before I go to the core products, I want to talk about the basics of our company. All of us received our kits at one time or another. And in our kits, we have a book called Getting Started. If you are a bit older in our business, I want to suggest to you, you actually buy Getting Started in your next purchase. Getting Started, read that booklet from the beginning to the end. It's going to refresh you like a new distributor. Because in our business, you can't afford to say, I know. No, you must always be a rookie. A rookie is somebody who is always fresh, willing to learn, behaving like you just joined yesterday, not behaving like, I know these things. Kwani, me even I won't join that meeting. I won't do this. Mimi najua. No. We all behave like rookies. Again, why we behave like rookies, the people who come into your business, you must be at that level where you are learning the new things with them. You just don't direct them at we ingia hiyo meeting, wewe ndio umekuja juzi. No, we all do it like we are the same level at one time or when we are training and learning. So our core products. So you must, first we go to I was looking at the 3 success daily habits. 1, use the products. You must love the products. Why do you want people to use TNN and make sure that their sales are good when you yourself, you haven't used the TNN? So you begin with yourself. Whether you have money or not, if you have a problem with money, you can look for 4 friends and tell them, kuna hii product mimi nimependa sana kwa kampuni ya Neolife. Si tuchange pesa tununue tugawane. Next time tunaweza nunua ingine, hivyo. So there's no excuse. Or if you don't have money, you need to sell like crazy so that profit can help you buy a product by the end of the month. So these are some of the core products we have in the business. ProVitality, it's a fast mover. That one I'll tell you for sure. ProVitality in Kenya is a very fast mover. Even the ProVitality kit moves faster than even the TNN kit and the Golden kit. The other fast moving product I love is TNN. TNN is a great product. You need to go to your catalog and really read about the TNN. Or you ask your upline to send you the small video about ProVitality. Because in the ProVitality presentation, you even understand what TNN does, what omega-3 does, and you understand them in detail what they do. TNN is a good product because if somebody wants to step up very fast as a manager, they can actually buy a case of TNN, the 8-pack. It's cheap, and you have 8 pieces, you eat one, or maybe you had some in your kit. You decide these 8 TNNs, I'm going to sell them in the next 2 weeks. Every week, I must sell 4 TNNs. What will happen is, when you have them, they'll give you 272 PV, you become a manager straight away. If you dispose them in 2 weeks, that means in another 2 weeks, you can buy another case, and you actually go to your 500 and you become a senior manager if you're new. If you're old, you can also decide to buy a case and decide this month, I'm really going to focus on TNN and I want it going. And in the process, you get good profit. And as you move the TNN and explain about the cell, the healthy cell, the unhealthy cell, the lack of the oils in the body, as you do that, you will get other orders. That's for sure. The other product is omega-3. By the way, for me, my the products I sell most are 3NN, omega-3 CalMag, then others follow. So omega-3 is a fast moving one. Calcium is another one. It's very easy to explain calcium. If you buy the flyer for calcium, the place where it is explained, that information, if you type it out into a message and you decide to send to 50 women, you'll have empowered them in a way you can't imagine. Or even 100. You'll empower them in a way you can't imagine, because people have a lot of deficiency for CalMag, and in it brings a lot of aches and pains, a lot of, you feel the bones are cracking when you wake up, your back is aching, girls are cramping a lot, they have a lot of PMS, people have heart problems. People with heart problems, they need calcium because of the heartbeat. They need to give the heart that strength, you know, the relaxing and pushing of the heart and the other areas. So that one is good. Vitamin C is a good one, though we don't have it in stock right now. Well, when it comes, it's a good one. But you need to look at the products that have vitamin C. Like ProVitality does have vitamin C. Vita Squares have vitamin C. Then, of course, there's LDC Care, Super 10. I understand Care is coming, so please be ready. And they are bringing a lot of it. So in this case, it's not going to go out of stock soon. They have prepared enough pieces that are coming. So be ready to understand what Care does in this season. Do yourself a list so that when it comes, you'll have many customers that are waiting in the list to get it. Super 10 is a big one. G1 is fantastic. Super Grow is also another very good product. You need to understand it. You go to YouTube, type a video for Super Grow. That video is only 8 minutes. You can send it to many people and they understand what Super Grow does. And that way you are able to move some Super Grows. And then aloe vera gel. Aloe vera gel is, what can I say? It is like first aid. It's good for the face. If you don't have any facial products for Neolife, you can get yourself aloe vera gel. After you cleanse your face, maybe with whatever cleanser you have, or especially if you don't have, you can use LDC. You can cleanse your face with LDC. You tone it with some bit of Care that is diluted. You tone it, and then you can apply your aloe vera gel. So anyone who is not on the skincare, whether man or lady, aloe vera gel can become your skincare for now, as you plan to purpose for that. Or even your friends who are around you. So those are the core products that we have, and they are great. I had talked about the daily success habits using, you share the products. Let me just share my experience on sharing the products to make it easy so that you don't struggle selling. It is unfortunate if you'll have to struggle to sell. Sharing the product is easy. How? Every day do a list of a product you want to sell, or 2 or 3. You say today, in these 30 minutes, I'm going to focus on selling CalMag, I'll focus on selling omega-3, I'll focus on selling ProVitality. So you take your book and you juggle your mind, or you look at your name list, or even the business cards that you've been keeping in the house. And you look at those business cards and you identify 10 to 15 people you can send the message for ProVitality. Where do you get that message? Go to your catalog. At the place where there's the ProVitality, they have written the benefits of ProVitality. So all you need to do is just type the benefits and tell people I have these great products that has these benefits. And you send it to those 15 people. Then maybe you have 15 people for CalMag. So you decide, I'll also send 15 messages for calcium. Go to the catalog, open the bone area where CalMag is, pick that information for CalMag, key points, send it to 15 people. Then omega-3 the same. Just pick the key things for omega-3. You can even go to Google and ask Mr. Google, what are the benefits of omega-3? Pick those points. What are the benefits of calcium in the body? Pick those points. So you don't have to depend on your upline to help you do these things. Just discover them for yourself. Then we need to share the opportunity. We are at the best time right now to talk to people about our opportunity. People are hurting out there. We may be here having an opportunity we are joking around with. But I can tell you very many people are really wondering, Where can I get that extra coin? And when you look at the getting started, the first page, it shows you the needs of the people between 20 to 30 years that you need to type for them so that they can look forward to looking at the opportunity. The people between their 40s and their 50s, the people over their 60s. So those are the elements you pick. Like for example, if you know somebody who retired and in themselves they were a headmistress, they were a teacher, they worked in the bank, you can type out, can I show you an opportunity that can help you make some money while you're at home, and you can be able to make 5,000 to 10,000 or more to put into your retirement kitty. And someone might wake up and say, hey, wait a minute, by the way, I never thought about my retirement. And when they look at their account, they are still living hand to mouth. They may not have had investments that are giving them that money. You go to the 50s to 60s. The 40s to 50s have a lot of debt. You know, they buy cars on loans, they buy homes on loans. I mean, they take their children to school on loans. And you can tell them, can I show you a business that can help you or maybe offset some of the loans you may be having? Maybe you have a car loan or a house loan or whatever, or put in some kitty for education for your children, or even university amount for your children. So that's how you share the opportunity and tell them, I'll be sending you the links to the meetings. Just be committed to learn. You never know. So that's how you share the opportunity. Who do you share the opportunity with? Anybody. You might share an opportunity with somebody who has enough money, who is rich, but that person decides, let me become a member to help my brother, to help my sister, to help the young people who are always coming to ask me for help. There are people who join this business to help others, you know? So don't say that person is rich, that person is very high profiled, that person is poor. They may be poor right now, but they are looking for a way to get out of that poverty, and they can do anything to be able to build their business. Then of course we need to train. You know, personal development. Every day you must put in time for personal development. What do I mean? Each one of us must be having a book we are reading. And I suggest, if you haven't read any book, you get the ebook called The Magic of Thinking Big. And every day just read a chapter. Just one chapter of that book. Okay. Just read one chapter of that book and pick something out of it. Another way of personal development is attending the meetings. It is very important to attend the meetings. You know, the meetings, every time you attend a meeting, you will pick the language of doing the presentation. You will pick testimonies that will help you as you meet people. You might go to a meeting where someone gives a testimony where they used a product and they were diabetic. And with that testimony, you confidently can tell somebody, I know this product can help you. So as you keep coming for trainings, you collect a lot of wealth of information so that you become a trainer yourself. Everybody here on this call, you've been able to log on to Zoom. You must learn how to set your own Zoom meetings and do small meetings with people, or even you can do a 3-way call on your WhatsApp. You can even train using WhatsApp and many other ways of training. So that's what we need to do every other time with our basics. The other thing we need to do, give me a minute, please. Why do we use the products? To get experience with the products, to have confidence to talk about them. You have a story to tell when you have a testimony. You also earn a bonus. When you use, the points you make will be part of the bonus you're going to be paid. I want to give you a secret. As you grow into the business, as you keep growing into the business, please get to understand that the more personal points you have, the higher your check is going to be. Remember, at senior manager, at manager, you are paid at 3% or 5%. At 1,000 to 3,999, you are paid between 10% to 20%. And you can imagine your personal PV, you are paid at that percentage. The check is usually is high. And then, of course, if you're a director, and that's why we are always pushing people. You are wondering, why am I being pushed to become a director? Because when you become a director, you'll be paid at 25% and you'll be excited and you will get the confidence of the business. So the goal of every person who sponsors is to make sure they become a director and also have their team members become director. So the higher you go, whatever you use, you are paid on those points. Okay, then of course we have quality products. You need to learn how to use the detergents and dilute them well so that you don't misuse. I know somebody who joined our business and they got so excited about LGC and Super 10 and they were cleaning their seats. They used half a tin of Super 10 within one cleaning of a seat because they had not understood. So you need to understand how to use the detergents so that you don't misuse them, so that they last longer in your house. Even something like Care, if you're using it for home use, dilute it 1 to 50. The scientists already know when you do 1 to 50, it kills germs 99.9%, So you need to know that. And then of course, when you use, you benefit from you buy at a cheaper price and you get value for your money. The other thing we need to do is, of course, to share the products. I'll not go into those details much because we know this. When you're sharing the products, you buy at company price, you go and sell it at a profit. Well, let me share this secret right now because it's not anything we need to hide. We have a new price list right now. The new price list is the price list you need to start selling at right now, because you might sell to somebody, you might tell somebody the price that is there now for them to come and buy that product after 20th. What will you tell them? That I'm sorry, that the price has just changed. So the company gave us the price now so that you start transiting to the new price list. And the most advantageous thing is that now you will buy it at the price that is there before it goes up to 20th. So between now and 20th, your profit margin can be quite exciting. So as much as we are transiting to a new price list, you as a distributor, these few days, you can take advantage of that, the 13 days, and you make some good money. And we'll not be doing anything wrong. We have to transit to the new price list. And that's the price you need to tell the customers now, moving forward. That's just something I thought I share because we've already been given the price list, we need to use it. And then of course you can you'll hear testimonies of people who have been helped because you sold to them products. And some of our customers end up becoming our distributors. So sharing an opportunity is good. A happy customer eventually becomes a happy distributor. So those are some of the things you need to know about sharing. Sharing the opportunity. Why should we share the opportunity? You build a team, you build a network, you build something called residual income. We need to understand what is residual income. Residual income is where you build business today. For example, today you do a one-on-one for somebody, explain the business, they join now, you train them, and the work you've done between now and during their training, as they continue doing the business over the years, you are paid a commission of that work. That's what is called residual income. So you can imagine with time, if you have 100 people in your team, 500 people in your team, yes, you may have spent a lot of energy training them, a lot of time training them, but do you know that can pay you for a very long time in the future? And that's what people don't understand about our business. They come and give up too easily because the initial work is a lot. Before you change somebody's mindset from employee to business, before they understand what this business can do for them, you spend a lot of energy. But I want to encourage you, be excited every moment when you are teaching people, whether they do the business or not. The remnants of the people who remain in the business over the years, you get what we call as residual income. Even from your customers, you get residual income. You train a customer, you train, and with time they keep buying from you. That is residual income. You did that work a long time ago, and the person keeps asking for products, and referring you to other people. That is residual income. Very exciting. And then, of course, when you build a business, you have something solid, you have good relationships. One of the things that is happening in Kenya today, in the world today, is loneliness. We are in a world that has many people. But as you grow older, your network of friends become thinner as it goes by, especially people who are thinking like you. But with our neo life, you have an opportunity of having people with you, those who remain, and you have a family that walk with you all along. You can never say, I don't have someone I can call. And as you do business, you're busy. We have a common goal and purpose, and we build legacies together. So that's another benefit you need to know. It cannot be quantified in money, but it's something very, very important. Why do we train? One, you don't want to become a follower all the time. You want to be a leader. And a leader is a reader. So as you come to read in the trainings, of course, now the beauty with talking is you're not reading, you are hearing it, but it is going into your software and staying there. The day you need to open your mouth and talk to people, you just repeat what has been stored in your subconscious mind. So you learn so much about TNN. Initially, it is jargon, it is confusing, but with time, your software will just be removing the words for you to speak. Like I'm speaking right now, I'm not struggling. This is a presentation that I didn't have to go through so much because things just flow. So you develop as a person, you gain knowledge and skills. People want to deal with someone who has their information at the fingertips. You may not know everything, but you need to know as much as possible moving forward. Then you need leadership skills. Why? One, you need to be patient with people. You're going to get all sorts of people in your network. People who are slow, people who are arrogant, people who have a bad attitude. And all those people, you need to know how to work with them. And you can only do that if you develop your leadership skills. So you know at each one time, this is how I deal with this person, even your customers. You learn how to deal with people. You become a leader. A leader is someone who walks the journey, then comes back and holds people and tell them, let's go. I've walked that journey. Hii kichaka, nishatengeneza, the track is there, the trail is there, let's go. I know the corners. I've walked that journey before. And then you develop other leaders. And this is a big one for our team as East African Legos. If we can be leaders and we work together to develop other leaders, our work is easy because the more leaders we are, the more we share responsibilities. And the more we share responsibility, the more it is easy for us to do business. Because tomorrow somebody else will do the presentation as we listen. Tomorrow somebody else will do a BOP as we listen. And they'll help us grow and we'll use their testimony. So we need to develop as leaders, and we also develop as many leaders as possible. On this area of leaders, I suggest we start opening what we call book clubs, and we start doing book clubs with our teams. Very, very important. Then, of course, we need to have our dreams. The short-term dream of a distributor is to become a manager or a senior manager. If you are a distributor right now, focus going senior manager. Should you fail, at least you become a manager. If you are a senior manager right now, focus to become a senior manager, even who can do 2,000 or 3,000 points. If you fail to do 3,000, you will do 2, you will do 15. That's a better business, you know? So you need to focus on those small steps as you move towards saying, in 6 months' time, I want to be a director. And you put that in your mind. In 6 months' time, I want to become a director. The how will find a way. Then, of course, you need to take your steps. Always focus on your next step. Y and S, your next step. So as we talked about it, we said for manager, the next step is either fast track 250 or 500. Senior manager, fast track 500 or 1,000. Director, 4,000 and above. And these days we have the fast track senior manager. Fast track to director. Let me explain very briefly about fast track to director. And everybody needs to understand this because it's not just for you, even for the people you sponsor. It becomes very difficult if you don't understand the importance of doing 250 when you join your first full month. So anyone who joined in August and they were not able to do 250, you need to work on your 250 in September. And you maintain that 250 throughout. Why is the company forcing you to do that? So that you are preparing to become a leader. The 250 is not difficult. If you are selling 4 super grows, those are only 4. 4 times 60 points, the big ones, 250. If you are selling omega-3, do your 250 divided by 25 points. That's 10 omega-3s in a month. If you are doing Trienen, divide that. It is not difficult. But of course, since we have many products, they come and help us do that. So once you become, if you are joining anyone this month, teach them to understand why they need to do 250 and maintain that. Why are you doing that? Because the company says for you to go to director very fast. After you've done your 250, any month after that, that you do 4,000, you become a director. So that is a very fast way of becoming director, vis-a-vis the old way of doing the director. The old way of doing director is still there, but it is quite treacherous. It's quite, let me say, it's quite a journey. So you need to focus on the fast track director right now. But for those of us who are going to, do the long, who are doing the long way of doing, think like someone who is doing fast track, and you find yourself becoming a director faster. So that is very, very important to do your 250. Very, very important. We talked about why train. That one we talked about. Did I go behind? Sorry. And I think we are done with our training today. We have a few minutes and I want to ask if anybody has a question. Probably you can put it on the chat box, the chat area. I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. And I hope that anyone on this call, now specifically to set your goals, your minimum PV should be 250. If you have done 250 before, push it to 350 or 4 or 5. If you've done 500 personal before, try to push it to 600, 700, 1,000. That's how you set your goal. So if you say I'm doing 250, we have 4 weeks. Divide the 250, divide by 4. So you're able to tell how much do I need to do per week on the minimum. And you run for it. And if you achieve your goal before the week is over, don't fold your arms and relax and say, you know, this hii wiki nimemaliza PV zangu mapema. No. Push it. And you still do the other week like it is a fresh week. Don't say, nimefanya PV za the 2 weeks, mimi sifanyi kazi mpaka 3rd week. No. You have to keep working on it in a better way. You find yourself doing better that way. Then of course you need to also plan on how many people do I need to sponsor. We are normally told to do a 3 in 30. There's magic in doing a 3 in 30 every month. Why is there magic of doing a 3 in 30 minimum? One, you get into the 3 in 30 challenge where you get very good gifts. You get a gift. That reminds me, somebody in my team did 3 in 30 and have not picked their gift. If your people do 3 in 30, please pick for them their gifts at the office. Very important. So every week, every month transpire to do a 3 in 30. A 3 in 30 is where you have 3 people in your team every month, and one must be personally sponsored by you. One must be, okay? And if you sponsor those, for you to do a star, now from there is doing stars, 1 star, 2 star. Make sure the people who are sponsored in that month are able to do their 100 points early enough. We want them to learn to move their business and make some profit in their first month to be excited about it. So that's how you do the stars and you keep getting gifts. Why 3 in 30? For every 3 people you sponsor, most likely 1 will become a user, just using. 1 will become a user and a seller. They are happy selling a few products or many. 1 will become a business builder. So every month you'll be getting as someone using for themselves, most likely, someone who is buying and selling, your business is growing, and someone who is a business builder. So with time, you start getting business builders. The minute you have 6, 7, 8 business builders, you have a very exciting business that gives you director size business, plus, plus, plus. That is why a 3 in 30 is kind of magic. Then of course, the other steps that you can see there, we will see these steps on 20th, when the company will be doing the recognition rally, the convention for East Africa. You'll understand these steps much more when we do our convention on 20th of this month. I don't know if there's anything on the chat. If you have a question, for the next few minutes, you can put it on the chat or you raise your hand. But I want to stop there. So I'll stop sharing my screen. And then I look at the directors who are there so that we see who is this director who can give us a word as we close. Let me see the directors we have on the call. I can see Dixon is with us. Dixon, Shangala. Hello, Dixon. Dixon, Shangala, are you with us? Please unmute yourself so that you can say one word. Okay, I don't know, I'm not getting Dixon. Let me see somebody else who is on the call. I know Anne has spoken to us several times in this. Let me see. Just give me a minute, please.
Gladys, I'm there.
Ah, great. Go ahead.
Yes, though I can't do video.
We understand.
I'm mobile, yeah. So, good. Thank you for the great session that you've just shared. It's very exciting and it has come in timely at the right time when we are starting the month. I want to believe those on call have taken note of what you've shared. You know, setting goals is the beginning of everything in this business. I have no doubt that if you have a goal, you will achieve whatever you want in this business. Some years back, when I joined this business, I set a goal for myself and I wanted to, first of all, get out of paying rent. And my next goal, actually my first goal was to take my children to a good school. And I worked this business out and truly it paid off. Within a short period, I was able to realize that I could make some extra income that was sufficient to take my children to a good school, and I did that. And this has borne some good fruits in the academic excellence, which is key for every parent. For those of us who are on call tonight, this afternoon, we have various other different goals. My other goal was to just, own a car. It was a big thing for me. I saw my dad work, retire without driving a car. Actually, one time he invested in a matatu, which taught us very many lessons because we never saw the matatu. It was stolen just after it was bought, and it never even gave him any returns. So I wanted to own a car myself, and I worked this business. And in 2014, this business gave me a car. And I got assured that this is the business of the time. And in 2015, between May and August, I was able to separate with my employer and do this business full time. Between 2015 and 2017, this business gave me a home. Those were key dreams or key goals in my life that I really wanted to accomplish as a successful engineer, but I could not accomplish them after working for 18 years. And so I had to make a decision to run away from employment and do this business. So if you're listening, listening to this for the very first time, setting goals, and you've never done it, please take a moment today and set your goals. Set your goals. Gladys has shared very well about goals. I don't think I need to repeat, but you need these goals set and written down, and you need to run with them every day. Now, you have leaders in this call that again come out to support you. That's why Gladys has taken her time to take us through this, because it is an important thing in our business. So friends, I want to wish you the best. I want to look at people who have set their goals for this month, and I look forward to actually each and every one of us accomplishing our goals for this month without fail. It is doable. We have done it, and I know you can also do it. Thank you for taking your time to be in this meeting. I know you are the people who are going to make a difference in this business in the next 2-3 months. Let's do it together. Thank you, and God bless you. Back to you, Gladys.
Thank you, Dixon. On the call, I can see we have many other directors. Just to highlight who I can see here, Ann Gao. I can see Dixon has talked. I can see Gertrude Ochoa. I can see Jane Okotsi. I can see Karima. I can see Anne Wambua from Mombasa. I can see Kissinger. By the way, if you have people in Mombasa, we need to liaise with Anne Wambua. They do very great meetings down Mombasa. I think those are the ones I could see. I can see Robert, my brother, my kid brother. I saw him on the call. Yeah, so on behalf of those and Judy, I want to welcome you. Judy was mentoring another team somewhere physically. And so we ran with the business. Whether she's there or not, we ran with it. Remember, this meeting happens every Tuesday, 1 to 2. And as a distributor, there's a lot you need to learn on the workings of the business. You know, most of the other meetings, we just talk about products. We just talk about, you need to come here and learn more about the products. You need to come and learn about the marketing plan so that you have everything at your fingertips over time. If you have any question, I can see, I've not looked at the charts. Repeat fast track director. Ochoa, that one you'll have to go through it. Kindly share the recording. I hope I'll get it. When I get it, I'll share it with the leaders. I think those are the only things I'm seeing. The fast track to director. When you come as a new distributor, you must do your 250 in your first full month. What is a first full month? If somebody joined in August, their first full month is September. But they can as well start the 250 in August and continue. So they should not lapse the first full month. So the month of joining and the following month, that is normally, they are given that widow period as the first full month. They must do their 250 on either of those 2 months. When they don't do that, they revert to becoming directors in the olden way, the long way of becoming a director, which is explained in your marketing plan. You know the book we are given in our kids called Compensation Plan. Please pick it, and if you are a no distributor, buy it and read through it and understand. Okay? Once you do your 250, you continue doing that 250, and within that doing 250, the month that you do 4,000, you become a director. Whether you had, it doesn't require any accumulation. You become a director. But remember, you cannot go beyond 250 personal. So once you start that track, you move with it. So you need to explain to the people who join to understand, because many times we don't explain them enough to understand the beauty. I can tell you most of the people who've become directors in this season, whether in Uganda, most of them, Tanzania or Kenya, or even in America, and the one who became in the UK, they've gone through the fast track. They're very excited, and they sell it to their team. So you have a group of many people running for the 250. And so you find the 250 is a lot in the team. and business is growing faster. So I hope I have answered that, Gertrude, but we have a flyer on the same. The next time you have an order at the warehouse, ask them to give you the flyer, or you ask your upline to give you the e-flyer, or you go to your back office, resources. If you go to the resources, those things are there. Otherwise, thank you very much. I don't want to pass the time. We are supposed to finish on time. Thank you very much. Personally, I'm very, very excited. We've exceeded with 3 minutes, but it is okay. God bless.